let's say you went to the interview, everything was great, you had a successful experience, they said, congratulations, here, you're going to get a visa. So basically, after the interview that you have, usually you would get the visa back through a courier service. You get your passport with the visa stamp in it, and that is what you will use to enter the United States. Lately, under the Trump administration, they've been doing something called administrative processing. It's becoming more and more common. This is when you apply for the visa, they tell you, looks okay. They may not tell you that you're approved, but they hold your passport for a long time. They might hold it for a few days. They might hold it for a few weeks. They could hold it for months. Okay, usually it's 2 weeks, maybe 2 days, something like 1 week to 2 weeks they would do administrative processing. When they say administrative processing, it's like a black box. You can't really ask why they're holding it. It's not something that they're going to give you any kind of transparency. They're just going to tell you it's being reviewed. And so your attorney may not really ask and find out so much. If they email, they won't find out anything. So it doesn't really help you to follow up. You just need to know that they may be looking at the security issues. They could be verifying your education. They could be calling your references. They could be doing anything. And maybe they're just sitting around doing nothing. We don't know. It's the government. So they could be doing a lot of things. But this is becoming very common under Trump because they want to do extra security and make sure the people who are coming are really who they say they are, and that there's no threats, perhaps. So actually, when the administrative processing reaches 60 days, that's when you can at least ask something. And they may tell you, keep waiting. So that's something that we see. It's a common trend right now. One thing is you can apply for the visa up to 120 days before your school program is starting. And we do recommend applying as early as possible because of things like administrative processing. You can't control it. You may have other problems coming that you don't know what's going to happen. The rules could change. So it's the best thing to apply as early as possible. When you receive the visa, the soonest you can come into U.S. is 30 days before the program. So again, it might help you to come early so that you can establish your housing, you can get comfortable, and you can find all the resources that you need. Maybe visit some friends in nice places before you start your school program and start working so hard. When you are coming to the port of entry or the customs in the United States, again you'll meet an immigration officer, face-to-face this time. And they'll be asking you questions. Where are you going? What school are you attending? Why did you choose that school? Who are you? Why did you come here? Are you prepared to come here? What are you going to do when you get here? All of those things they could ask you. So again, be prepared. Have your documentation handy so that you can show them what it is and why you're there. That could be a stressful thing after a long trip from India. You know, you're exhausted. And you may have your kids and family, they're crying or whatever. So be prepared that it's not a surprise to you they're asking again these questions like they did at the consulate, or maybe even more. Okay? When you get to the United States and you're starting your program, the first thing you do is you go to the school and report and tell them you're here so that they can put you into the system and show that you've arrived, enter in your details into their system. Always, this is the thing, you want to communicate with the school officials about your student status and keep them informed if something changes. That will save you a lot of problems.